Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to another video. Without further ado, let's dive into the latest round of news surrounding America's team. A star wide receiver has shown apparent interest in playing for the Cowboys, and there's a lot to discuss. First, the Dallas Cowboys officially parted ways with head coach Mike McCarthy on Monday morning, leaving the team scrambling in the search and interview process. As many of you know, most head coaching candidates have already completed their first interviews with various teams. However, it appears that Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, might already have an idea of who he wants to take over as the next head coach. According to insider Jordan Schultz, Jones has had discussions with former Cowboys legend and current Colorado Buffaloes head coach, Deion Sanders, about taking over in Dallas. This news has spread like wildfire among players around the league and has sparked interest from some prominent stars about joining the Cowboys for the upcoming season. One such player, star wide receiver Devonte Adams, appeared on Kay Adams's show on Tuesday morning, where he was asked about Sanders potentially becoming the Cowboys head coach. Adams responded enthusiastically, saying, "You talk about a player's coach, he has a special way of doing it. He's got the respect of most players in the league." While Adams did not explicitly say he would join the Cowboys if Sanders takes over as head coach, his comments strongly suggest that he is interested in the idea. Adams expressed immense respect for Sanders, highlighting how players around the league hold him in high regard for his leadership and his ability to connect with players. This is no small thing, as it shows how much influence Sanders has in the football world. Adams's words seem to indicate that the star wide receiver would consider playing for Sanders in Dallas, and the ball now seems to be in Jerry Jones's court to make a move and bring Adams into the fold. At 32 years old, Adams is coming off a season in which he recorded 67 receptions on 114 targets for 854 yards and 7 touchdowns. Despite still being one of the top receivers in the NFL, Adams might be seeking a Super Bowl ring and could be willing to take a salary cut in order to join a contending team like the Cowboys. Now, let's shift our focus to the Cowboys' search for a new head coach. The team is officially on the lookout for someone to fill the role after parting ways with McCarthy. While the Cowboys have been linked to several coaches during this hiring cycle, it's clear that the search is just getting started, and the team has been fairly tight-lipped about their potential candidates. That said, one name that has surfaced repeatedly is Deion Sanders. While Sanders has publicly stated that he plans to continue his coaching career in college football and stay away from the NFL for now, it is clear that his name remains in the mix for the Cowboys' head coaching position. Given that the Cowboys may want to bring in someone with experience as an NFL head coach or someone familiar with the organization, a few names are starting to emerge as the most likely candidates to take over as the team's next head coach. One such name is Kellen Moore. Moore spent 4 seasons as the Cowboys' offensive coordinator between 2019 and 2022, helping Dallas become one of the most explosive offenses in the league. Under his leadership, Dallas ranked within the top 6 in points and top 11 in yards for 3 of those 4 seasons. The only season the Cowboys' offense didn't meet these standards was 2020, when quarterback Dak Prescott suffered an ankle injury and played only 5 games. Moore spent the 2023 season as the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers, but the offense struggled during his first year with the team, finishing 18th in yards and 21st in points. However, Moore bounced back in 2024 as the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, helping the team rank 8th in yards and 7th in points, despite key players like quarterback Jalen Hurts and wide receiver A.J. Brown missing multiple games. Hiring Moore as the Cowboys' head coach could also help the team compete with other franchises that are trending toward hiring offensive-minded coaches, which has become a popular strategy for top teams. Though Moore has never been a head coach in the NFL, his experience with the Cowboys and Jerry Jones could play a significant role in making him a top candidate for the position. Another name worth considering is Brian Flores. While the Cowboys have not officially linked themselves to Flores yet, they would be wise to give him a call for an interview. Flores proved this past season that he is still one of the sharpest defensive minds in the NFL. Though he struggled in his 3 years coaching the Miami Dolphins with an overall record of 24-25 and no playoff appearances, Flores has rebounded in his time as the Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator, helping them become one of the most disruptive defenses in the league. This season, the Vikings finished with a 14-3 record, and their defense forced at least one turnover in every regular season game. Despite some concerns about Flores' tumultuous tenure in Miami, particularly his relationship with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, it's worth noting that his situation in Dallas would be very different. With an established offense led by Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, Flores would not need to focus as much on developing a quarterback, which was a major challenge for him in Miami. Flores himself has acknowledged the importance of learning and growing from past experiences and would likely apply that same growth to his role with the Cowboys. The team should definitely consider scheduling an interview with Flores to discuss his potential as head coach. Lastly, Robert Saleh has emerged as one of the top candidates, with reports indicating that the Cowboys are officially planning to interview him. Saleh, the defensive-minded head coach of the New York Jets, spent the past 4 seasons at the helm of the Jets. Though the Jets struggled early in Saleh's tenure, especially in his first season when the defense ranked last in both yards and points allowed, Saleh's leadership helped turn things around. By 2022, the Jets' defense was ranked 4th in the league for both yards and points allowed, and they continued that success into 2023, ranking 3rd in yards and 12th in points allowed. While Saleh's tenure with the Jets didn't result in many wins, he was often handicapped by the team's inability to find a consistent and impactful quarterback. During the 2024 season, quarterback Aaron Rodgers made demands that created tension in the Jets' locker room, and eventually, the team moved on from Saleh. Although Saleh does not have direct experience with the Cowboys, he does have head coaching experience and should be considered a top candidate for the role. His ability to turn a struggling defense into one of the best in the league is an impressive achievement and speaks to his leadership and coaching acumen. With his experience and track record, Saleh could be an intriguing choice for the Cowboys moving forward. As the search for the Cowboys' next head coach continues, these names are among the top contenders to take the reins of the team. Whether it's Kellen Moore's offensive brilliance, Brian Flores' defensive prowess, or Robert Saleh's ability to turn around a team, the Cowboys have a few exciting options ahead of them. The future of the franchise is at a crossroads, and the decision made by Jerry Jones and the front office will shape the team for years to come.